Tonight I wanna see the bright lights over me. Show me something magical, something beautiful. Come and take me higher, set my world on fire tonight, tonight. Show me everything I want to know. You take me right around the world. I'm feeling tonight, got me feeling so right. Best of the good life.
This week on Top Billing, legendary Hollywood action man Arnold Schwarzenegger tells Jonathan the brain is our most important muscle. Meet Iceland's biggest export since the Vikings, the mountain. Actress Dineo Moeketsi is a runaway hit in the rom-com Mrs. Right Guy. It takes rising rugby star Travis Ismaiel 4 attempts to propose to Zaylin Smith. R&B sensation Cici was singing and dancing before she could walk or talk. US designer Jeff Garner presents his take on how clothes should be made. And Bonang Matheba brings you tonight's lineup from the home of leading light of design Dorothy and her husband Bernard DEEB.
Good evening, it's Top Billing Night and a very warm welcome to the show on this Youth Day. If my surrounds tonight give you the impression of an effortless design, well, that's because we're in a home of a woman whose name spells style, Dorothy van der Wet.
A winner of the world's Best Interior Designer Award in both the classic and contemporary categories at the International Property Awards, Dorothy's first inspiration was her grandmother's home. As a girl, she picked flowers to fill her grand's crystal vases and rearranged her furniture. And so began the career that's taken her across the globe and back.
Now you've moved from a massive 50-room house on the hill to something more convenient.
You're absolutely right. We changed lifestyle totally. And the house on the hill was very image conscious. It was huge. It had 50 rooms. My studios were there. The academy was there. And we've made some life-changing decisions, and we've got a life now that's much more freer, more soul, more passion. And actually, I enjoy this lifestyle so much more.
Well, that's the first thing that strikes you as you walk into the house. It's got a lovely heart and soul and so many different influences. So what would you say your style is? Because it's very eclectic.
One is influenced by the journey of your life, and you collect beautiful pieces of art and you collect beautiful pieces of furniture, and also you grow as a person. And so for me, I enjoy having timeless pieces. And so in this home, which is this beautiful big double volume, gorgeous long drapes, a very informal type of living, very comfortable, something with soul, creativity, passion, easy to live in, is the sort of style I'd describe it as. And for me, I think that's really important as a designer and also as a homeowner.
Married for 24 years, Dorothy and her husband Bernard both have a sharp mind for figures. She studied maths. He's a CA with an MBA who handles the financial side of her business.
How are you, Bernard?
Bernard, my husband.
That looks lovely. What an awesome kettle. The kitchen really has become the central point of the home now.
Absolutely. It's very strategically placed so that we can entertain our guests in the dining room on that side and also in our comfort area on this side. So it really works very well for us.
And also one can have a very creative chef here and they can entertain. And it's quite theatrical in a way because they produce this food that's like pieces of art, and it's just such a fabulous free way of living.
The theatrical is the right word. It's almost like a little stage. So you've got your performers over here, you've got your audiences on each side, and you're interacting there, and you're interacting there, and you're entertaining. It's a lovely space.
It's a fabulous space. It's so real, and I actually love this lifestyle.
It's a lovely space to actually sit back and realize how massive color has been in your career.
I love color. I use color in all my projects, and in this particular home of ours, what I've done is I've used a lot of white. For example, there's beautiful long regal drapes over there, but there's a sense of regalness, but a sense of freedom. I've used white on these kitchen countertops, the Caesar stone. However, what I do is I pop color into that, and the way I've done it here is through fresh fruits, the wheatgrass, as we all know, very healthy, and then fresh flowers. Only fresh flowers, Jonathan, no silk flowers.
And you're engaging all the senses. That's what's so great about your design philosophy is, you know, you can see, you can taste, you can smell, you can hear, everything is engaged.
Yeah, I think the 5 senses is actually what creates a house into a home. And the texture and the colour, that's your wow factor.
One of Dorothy's fondest memories is of her grandfather explaining the colours on the colour chart. A judge and a creative artist, his flair lives on in her.
Dorothy, it must have been quite a big lifestyle shift moving from a big 50-room mansion on the hill to something a lot more small and intimate.
The big old mansion on the hill was a different way of living, and it was quite stately and regal. Whereas here, I find it very cozy, and especially in this little courtyard, it's so relaxing. And now that I have adjusted to the small spaces, I actually love them. They're so intimate and personal, and the weekends are so really great.
Bernard, being married to an interior designer, do you have any say?
Well, I let Dorothy take the main role, and obviously being an interior designer, she knew exactly what she wanted to do, and I allowed her to flow with that. But the areas that I really got more involved in were the outside areas, like where we're sitting here now, as well as the other patio on the other side where we can sit and entertain friends and relax at the pool and that sort of thing.
For aspiring designers or homeowners in over their heads when it comes to interiors, Dorothy's developed an urban chic design in a box kit, packed with her insights.
Art seems to play a massive role throughout the whole house.
Yeah, it does. I love art, and for me, art in my design projects are very important. Our art specialist, who I've used extensively over the years, Clive Sergey, is upstairs. He's actually hanging a beautiful new piece of art that we've just purchased.
Fantastic. Well, I'll have a quick chat to him if you don't mind and get some tips for my apartment.
Clive started trading in fine art as a hobby and turned this into a full-time business. With Dorothy working on several projects at any given time, his input is invaluable.
How do you go about selecting art for certain areas of a house?
We mirror the wall space, so it's very important that we don't put a horizontal picture onto a vertical wall, and also trying to find the right picture. So what we've done in the house is we've placed some imported pieces. This is a Mr. Brainwash. They're very vibrant and very funky and very happy. I think if anybody looks at it, their mood gets lifted straight away.
And as you walk through the house, there's a lovely mix of styles.
Yes, it's quite eclectic, this house. The one behind you is very large, and again, it sort of mirrors the shape of the wall. The wall on that side of the landing is painted dark blue, and that's a Simpiwe face, which absolutely pops off the wall. Local artist. But I think if you can recognize a talent in the art, that's a good place to start, because I think it's very important that you hang pieces that you love, which gives the house its character, which is Dorothy's done. Not everything's the same. You've got a whole divergence of art.
Dorothy chose their home as a lock-up and go to suit their frequent travels. 3 ensuite bedrooms mean visits are always welcome from their daughters, Nikki, a human rights lawyer, and Sam, an architect, who often works with her mom.
Well, Jonathan, this is the more personal space, our main bedroom.
It's all got a lovely classic feeling, complete with Romeo and Juliet balcony.
Absolutely. It's the most beautiful Romeo and Juliet balcony. Bernard sings to me every night and throws a red rose up. You know, just so romantic. The colours that I'm really into at the moment are navies and beautiful whites and creams. If you have a look at those curtains, it's a beautiful, crisp Dupion silk. I've gone for comfort. For example, the pillows are just so soft and gorgeous. Little throws, and just comfy and gorgeous and intimate, and I love the space.
This is like something out of a romantic movie.
Look at this, eh? How beautiful is this?
Well, Dorothy, you're known as being regal and classic with your design, and it clearly extends to your taste in animals as well.
Those are Afghan hounds, very special. Not necessarily the most disciplined, they're champions. Juliet is the one, the girl, and Picasso the other. Should we go down and meet them?
Absolutely.
This pedigreed brother and sister were rescue dogs from the Afghan Society. They've become award winners and their owners' pride and joy.
You're all dressed up for top billing.
And look at the bow.
Dorothy, you've got such a beautiful home, but I expect nothing less from one of the world's best interior designers.
Jonathan, thank you. One has to continuously, as a designer, continuously be pushing those boundaries, those creative boundaries, digging deep within yourself. And this home actually is quite a good example of that. It's a really fabulous creative space, and particularly for Bernard and I, it's like a haven in the middle of a busy, energized city of Sandton. It's gorgeous, fabulous.
Dorothy's grandparents would be proud of the businesswoman their gifted granddaughter has become.
Spot the top hat in tonight's show and stand a chance of winning a divine design kit in a box from tonight's talented homeowner, Dorothy. Visit topbilling.com or our social media pages on all the details on how you can enter.
Up next, Dineo Moeketsi scores in her new rom-com. Plus, Bulls winger Travis Ismaiel and Zaylin Smith say you bet we do.
Next, we meet an exceptional young South African making good on all that her mother, gran and great-grandmother taught her. Dineo Moeketsi speaks 5 languages. She's a presenter, MC, singer, actress, and now the star of a brand new feature film, Mrs. Right Guy.
I knew that men were dogs, all of them.
Something about you tells me that you're the type to go for exactly what she wants.
Gosh, where do they get these? An onslaught of pathetic lines.
Yo, one size fits all.
Actually, I have a few questions for you before you propose to her.
Propose?
When are you free to meet her parents? They're filthy rich, by the way. No. What? Keep walking, dog.
How did you feel when you got that phone call saying you've got the lead in a massive rom-com?
It was incredible. It was one of the most incredible feelings I've ever felt in my life, because this was some sort of validation for me at the time. I thought maybe I might not be cut out for acting because I was getting so many small roles. So this was affirmation, validation, everything I'd been wanting at the time. So that was amazing for me.
The plot reflects the complications millennials face in finding true love. It's directed by Nigerian filmmaker ADZE UGAH.
Was there a moment on set where you thought, wow, this is going to be successful, it's really coming together?
I remember when we were having the conversation about the character and what, the character's journey was going to entail. I remember me coming up with a comment that I would love the audience to feel like, they're engaging with somebody who deserves love, and it's not fair that she doesn't have it.
After Dineo had appeared in several theatre productions, filmmaker AKIN OMOTOSO opened the door for her on Soul City.
AKIN, you worked with Dineo all those years ago, giving her first break. How would you describe her evolution as an actress?
It's been really great watching her grow. When I think back to the first audition, to the fact that she was acting on Soul City for the first time, and you just know. I always used to, I'd always say, in between takes, I'm like, you're going to be fine, actually. It's only a matter of time before you're going to be on the big screen and stuff. It was just clear from the outset. We're just privileged to be able to give her the opportunity to shine.
Dineo's friends know her as being closest to her mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. She sees her success as testament to their influence.
Your family, have they been supportive of your career from day one?
Nothing like this has ever happened in my family. So for them, every little thing counts, every little thing is huge. And there's certain things where I go, don't mind it, but they're like, no, it's happening now. We have to keep this little thing in the newspaper or keep this cover and frame it. I mean, my mother has a framing person that she goes to for all my articles. So my family's really, really amazing. My dad calls every time I say prayers up, there's a possibility of a job. He's right there praying with me.
Off-screen, Dineo has been dating rapper ZOTHILE Solo LANGA for the past 4 years, and DJ LEROY MARC is a close friend.
Leroy, you've known her the longest. Come on, you've got some stories for me. A little tidbit.
She's a very, very talented, and comes with a little bit of a very cynical and critical eye. So we've gone through some shows where we sit down and we sort of do our thing, and we have our favorite show that I won't talk about because people might be watching, and we go and we just pick it apart, what we would do differently. And I think that's the wonderful thing also, because she's really, really creative. So she's always like 10 steps ahead, and it's a nice space to be in.
And from you, sir, I want to know, what is she like as a partner?
We've had a relationship now for 4 years plus, right? This still feels like year one. This still feels like first few months, which is really odd. Just looking around me, I know that that's a very rare thing. That's a very rare commodity.
Central to the development of Dineo's public image have been designers Kuterea Kekama and George Malelu.
Gents, what a gorgeous garment. Why did you decide on this gorgeous lady as the face of your brand?
We actually looked at, all the talents and, the celebrity girls that we've worked with, and wanted somebody who was consistent with us and somebody that really was more passionate about what we did as a growing brand. And I think Dineo fit the brief, and also, a lot of women relate to, the woman she is.
Precisely.
Yeah. Yes.
And just to add on that, I think the first outfit that we ever made for her, it was a complete disaster. But that never discouraged her from coming back to us, and that showed an incredible character, and it actually motivated us to want to, do the best for her.
She describes her style as chic, bold, colorful, and feminine. To photographer Jeffrey FLINT, she communicates all this with grace.
What are you looking for from Dineo today?
She's got a very symmetrical face, very beautiful face. I'm looking more to showcase Quateria and George's outfits. I think it's going to be quite an easy job. She's quite an easy person to work with.
Dineo speaks English, Zulu, Tswana, Sotho, and Xhosa, but in this number, she was speaking the universal language of wow.
My friend, you look absolutely gorgeous. Red carpet ready, because now you're a bona fide movie star.
We need to call Hollywood. No, Hollywood's calling you. Speed dial, I'm telling you. Why did you decide to collaborate with these two lovely gentlemen?
Quateria and George have been with me through the evolution of my body, the evolution of my style. There's so much that they've changed in terms of my perspective when it comes to fashion. They've pushed more, they've ran with my ideas. The more I grew in style and fashion, the more we were a meeting of minds and I guess family in that sense.
How have you used fashion to express yourself?
Because I regard myself as the introverted extrovert, I find fashion is the outlet for me to make a statement, whether bold, whether edgy, whether experimental, whether colorful. There's always something to be said in the subtext of fashion. It doesn't necessarily need to be explained, and that's why I love the expression through fashion.
If you want to sell movie tickets, make this lady the lead.
If some say that Dineo has arrived in life, she will tell you she's just getting started. Like Bulls winger Travis Ismaiel and his fiancée Zaylin Smith, who alongside his rugby career are both studying, raising a stunning daughter together, and they recently got married.
6 years before this magical day near Paul, Travis and Zaylin were at school. He had no plans for pro rugby, both were single. And all that was about to change.
Zaylin, the big day that you've been planning for has finally arrived. How are you feeling?
From a little girl, you plan this day literally forever, and I can't believe the day's actually arrived. So yeah, very, very, very excited.
And your daughter's going to be up there with you as the flower girl.
It's very special to have her part of our special day. So yeah, we're really looking forward to sharing the day with our family and friends as well as Kiara.
You and Travis met back in high school. What did you think when you first saw him?
So we met back in 2010 February, and we were both participating in athletics. I was doing long jump and he was doing 200 and 400 meters. And the first thing that caught my eyes about him was his legs, and I told my friend, wow, that guy's legs are amazing. And then the next day, the Saturday, I noticed we have a mutual friend, and then I saw him speaking to this friend, and I took my opportunity and I shouted at him, oh, congratulations on winning your race. And he was like completely weirded out, but it helped the situation.
Flanked by groomsmen Springbok Rudy Page, his cousin Owen Janssen and his brother Regan, Travis cut a fine figure.
Wow, you gentlemen clean up really well.
Hey, thanks a lot. Thank you. I actually went with a blue suit because I thought I want to be a bit different from the normal black and white with a bow tie and stuff. So that's why we chose the blue. And obviously my groomsmen gave some advice.
What is it about Zaylin that made you want to spend the rest of your life with her?
She's just a lovely woman, and obviously she brings out the best in me. Like, she's very encouraging with my career. She's always building me up. Keeps my feet grounded though at times, don't make a mistake. But yeah, but she's a lovely girl, and I truly love her.
What brought them through a long-distance romance is trust and investing in their relationship.
Zaylin, you look so elegant. Your dress is beautiful. Where's it from?
Thank you so much, Jade. My dress is from the Prenovius collection, which originates in Spain. The dress is called Princia. I love the detail on it. I love that it has a sweetheart neckline. I love the lace. It's completely lace. That was the look that I was going for. So yeah, I love it, and I knew the moment I put it on, this is definitely the dress for me.
Travis's request for the reception was that there be plenty to eat. PIPPA LUND made sure of that.
Pippa, this venue couldn't be more perfect. I can see why Travis and Zaylin chose it. What was it like working with them?
They've been a fantastic couple to work with. They've been really relaxed from day one, and when I saw them on Monday for the DEEB mock-up, they were very excited about everything. We've worked with great suppliers for their fabulous day. We've had Cakes by Wade doing all the cake, which is a beautiful gold and creamed ice cake with some flower decorations. And we've got a lovely sweetie table that we put together for them for all the guests to take sweets home.
Elegance was the couple's brief to floral designer Liz Puccini.
Liz, this looks beautiful. I understand that you're in charge of the flowers and the decor.
The two go hand in hand, and the bride wanted something simple but glamorous. So in this big, enormous room, we decided to do lots of height and keep it really quite simple. She wanted gold, which you can see in her sequence cloth, and we use it in the reflective surfaces on the table as well. So not too much gold, but when we light the candles, they'll all glow gold, which is the secret, really.
Zaylin told us how patient and understanding Travis is. Ideal qualities when waiting for your bride. First to kiss the groom was the couple's daughter, Kiara, after which friend Tammy Joseph witnessed a flood of emotion.
Tammy, how did you enjoy the ceremony?
I think it was a beautiful ceremony. Her dress was beautiful. When she walked in with her dad, that was so special. And she started crying, and then everyone started crying. So yeah, and it was cool when she started dancing, and Travis looked like he was so happy. It was so beautiful.
How special is it to see them finally tying the knots?
Yeah, it's a very special thing, you know. It's not something you see every day. Seeing them together still since day one, it's very special for them and very special to see it.
Travis's first attempt to propose was interrupted by a rugby tour. After further obstacles, on his fourth try, he asked and she accepted.
Rudy, how have you been enjoying the wedding so far?
Yeah, obviously it's been very, very nice. The venue is perfect. I think the couple looks brilliant. My best friend Travis, he looks amazing. I haven't seen him dressed out like this, so for me it's obviously nice seeing the two like this happy, and obviously it's a big moment for them. So this has been a brilliant day so far.
Coach, you're the foundation of Travis's career. What is it like to share this special moment with him?
Well, I'm extremely privileged to have been invited. I've known Travis since he was a 14-year-old kid. I coached him for 5 years. He was an extremely hard worker. And the most important thing to me is that he's a better person than he's a rugby player. And what you see here tonight is just the culmination of a lot of hard work. And good luck for the rest of the journey ahead.
Kiara, you look like a beautiful princess. What has been your favorite thing at the wedding?
The chocolate.
The chocolate. This girl has some good taste. And do you want to tell your mom and dad a message? Do you want to tell them you love them?
I love you, Mommy. I love you, Mommy.
And Daddy?
The special day gained even more significance for Zaylin as her father, Winston Smith, unexpectedly passed away a few weeks later. Having walked her down the aisle and danced with her, he gave us this wonderful interview.
Zaylin is an amazing woman. One got that feeling that she always had the idea, as parents you're already doing so much. This is the little that I can do, organizing this special day. And yep, I mean, it's amazing. It's been an absolute wonderful day.
We're very glad to have Travis as our son now, and we just hope everything of the best for the future for them.
Zaylin and Travis really seem to have such an incredibly strong relationship.
I think the relationship is strong because they love each other. They truly love each other. Yeah, they belong to each other.
They've proved that really this is where they want to be, and we only hope and pray for them for the best, and they have our blessings.
So it took 6 years and 4 marriage proposals, and finally you are married. How are you feeling?
We are extremely happy.
Feels awesome.
This day has been amazing. It went even better than I've ever dreamed it could go. So I'm excited to be married to my best friend and my soulmate, so we're looking forward to this journey ahead.
It's amazing to be married to my dream woman, wife, and I'm just excited to have her by my side. And from now on, we'll be together every day, all day, so that's amazing.
Forever.
Forever.
Zaylin recently got her PR degree, and Travis did his first overseas tour. Life is full of promise.
Congratulations on making the South Africa A-team, Travis. Just a step away from that Springbok jersey.
Coming up, the Terminator Arnold Schwarzenegger is back in South Africa, and the Mountain shares his idea of a diet.
The big daddy of strength and power sports has got to be the one and only Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was recently in town for the Arnold Classic Africa, a tournament like no other.
As you'd expect of an event with his name, it's big, with 47 different sporting codes, all of which look to Arnold Schwarzenegger for inspiration.
Arnold, welcome back to South Africa.
Thank you.
Can you believe it's been 41 years since you were here winning your 6th Mr. Olympia title, and now you're back with your very own Health and Fitness Expo?
Well, I said to them, I'll be back. And I'm back. And I have also been back here before then. In 2001, I was traveling around with Nelson Mandela promoting Special Olympics here in South Africa. I won the Mr. Olympia here in Pretoria, which is not far from here. And I fell in love with South Africa from the time I was like 20 years old. And so it was very meaningful for me to win the competition here at the Mr. Olympia and now to be back with the Arnold Classic.
It's now one of the biggest sport and fitness expos in the world. We're expecting apparently 10,500 competing athletes in 47 different sporting codes, which means it's not just fitness and bodybuilding. So we really can expect something special.
Well, anything that is an activity that improves your body or your mind, you know, and we want to have every sport participate, and to us it doesn't really matter what you do. It's all about get off your couch, get out of your house and go and exercise, do something, because it's healthy, it's important for your heart, for your overall body, and you feel much better when you're in shape, you know, when you feel strong and when you feel full of energy, and you can do sports and can participate in sports, you just feel much better about yourself and about everything else.
It's amazing that you've always stayed true to your fitness roots, because before you were this mega movie star, you actually were and are still considered one of the most iconic bodybuilders of all time.
As I became more famous in the bodybuilding sport because of winning all the Mr. Universe and Mr. Olympias, I won 13 all over a period of like 7 years. I felt like that now I should use that power of influence that I have and promote the sport and be, you know, kind of the one that carries on the torch from other champions that have done it in the past. And then when I got into movies and my movie career blew up and it really became big, I could use my star power even more. But it was very important that I use that star power for something positive. And so that's why I always promoted health and fitness and bodybuilding.
And I love what you've always said about the mind being the most important muscle, because if you work that, everything else follows. Forget the guns, you got to work on the mind.
Well, you can't really work on your body because the direction that you even want to go out and work out comes from here. So if we get into the right mental attitude and our vision of where do you want to go with your body, what should your body look like, because you don't create a body by accident. It takes a lot of specific work. So it starts all here, and the shaping and everything, and also the joy of working out, because the less joy you have, the more discipline you need. And the more joy you have, then the less discipline you need.
Arnold, thanks for that advice. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. One last favor to ask you. I've got this signature thing I do with all my favorite movie stars. I asked them to record a little voicemail clip for me. So if you don't mind, can you just give me a little voicemail?
Hi, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Jonathan can't come to the phone right now because he's pumping up. So he will call you back.
Number 3.
In the same venue, it was easy to find the Strongman contest and its major draw card, a 27-year-old former Icelandic basketball player, then weightlifter, and now actor in one of the most popular series ever on TV.
How far Júlíus Björnsson, did I get that right?
Almost, that's very close, man. You've been practicing, I can see that.
You know what, there's nothing wrong with having a name that no one can pronounce because Arnold Schwarzenegger had that same problem, so it's a good place to be.
That's true, actually, that's true. I remember when he was doing very well, you know, in his bodybuilding career, and he was getting bigger and bigger, and people were laughing at him like, your name is too hard to pronounce, but you are never gonna be well known. Well, I think everybody here knows him, and you know, most of the world.
And you're following the same path. You're doing bodybuilding, you're doing strongman, you're acting now.
I'm doing strongman right now. I've been competing for 6 years. I was in Game of Thrones, still in that show. I've been doing commercials and so on. So my career in my acting world is getting bigger every year.
A cross between Hulk and Thor, that's your next role for you. I'm thinking you must be, what, about 1.9 meters?
I'm 205 centimeters, that's almost 6'9".
Almost 6 foot 9 inches. You weigh, what are you weighing now?
I'm around 185 kilograms at the moment.
185 kilograms, that's double what I weigh. How do you feed this body? What do you have to eat every day?
Everything. I just recently put on my Instagram account my diet routine. I don't recommend you guys to try it, so don't try it.
How many calories do you have to consume every day to get this?
I don't count the calories, but I believe I'm around 10,000 calories.
10,000 calories. What's that? 8 meals a day at least?
Yeah.
Well, thanks. We love watching you on TV. We love seeing you do the strongman stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate guys watching. Thank you. Cheers.
Frightening on screen, good guys off it. Giants really do exist.
Ladies, if the metrosexual man isn't for you, then the strong men of the world offer some very broad shoulders, and they'll even move heaven and earth for you. Literally.
Coming up, singing sensation Cici's vocals are as smooth as ice.
Ooh, baby, run away with me.
Anyone who thinks that R&B artist Cici became a hit out of nowhere may not be aware of a long and winding road she took before anyone knew her name. Here's how the sixth child in the family of 8 children dared to be different and found her audience.
Cici's just won Best R&B Single and Best Compilation Album at the Metro FM Music Awards.
Kisses on my lips, your hands upon my hips. Oh boy, I can't resist your tender loving kiss.
Her first words as a baby were from a Brenda Fassie song, and her talent scout and mentor is well-known producer Arthur Mafokate.
What is it about Cici that made you want to work with her?
Cici was just different. She's something new, something that South Africa has never seen before, something that we all aspire to be. You look at your Rihannas, your Beyoncés and Madonnas, you know, people that can sing and dance, that also look good on stage. You know, Cici was that kind of a rare breed, a songwriter, a producer, an actor, TV presenter. She was just one good package.
Cici, what's it been like working with Arthur and 999?
I mean, it's been absolutely amazing, and what I like about working with 999 is that they give you that creative freedom, which is what I think most artists, you know, desire, to be free in what goes into their work.
After working in cabaret from South Africa to Turkey and the Seychelles, Cici knows how to style herself. It's about glitter and glam.
I'm here to show you how to get a quick look makeover kind of thing, because I mean, as musicians, we live on the fast lane. So I want to show you like a little trick to change your entire outfit just by changing your jacket. You want to help me?
Okay. There we go. Yes, it's the gentlemanly thing to do.
Oh, you don't say.
There we go. There we go. I don't know if
Okay, never mind. He's not gentle.
This is
At all.
very tight fit, I must say. So it's, you know, like you're on the go all the time. It's basically like having a quick change on the go.
Yes.
And I know all about that being a performer.
Yes. So I'm gonna put on this jacket and it's gonna look like an entirely different outfit.
And that color looks good on you as well. I mean, do you follow the trends or is it just what you feel?
Army green is like the in color, it's like the new black now. So this is exactly what women can do. You don't have to have a lot of clothes in your wardrobe. It's just know how to wear your stuff. But I'm gonna go and change into another outfit. But you're gonna have to be patient with me because this one is gonna take a bit of time because I have to change my hair as well.
All right. I've got patience.
Okay.
I can wait.
But you have to promise that at the end of everything, you're gonna try on one of my wigs.
Okay. We'll see what we can do.
Okay, cool. Okay, let me go change.
All right, I'll give you some space.
With her Instagram followers up to 13,000 now, Cici is keeping them inspired.
Hey, yo.
Oh, there we go.
I'm taking it to Motown, baby.
And you have certainly taken it there.
Yes.
You didn't take long at all.
No.
I was being patient, I swear.
Well, you have to.
You're looking good.
Thank you.
Very good.
Yeah.
What inspired this look?
Motown.
Yes, and you said you were gonna take us to Motown. Take us through it.
So this is just my beautiful gloves, and this is just like a black and white jacket. If you do realize, I'm actually wearing the same top. And the reason why I do this is because I'm a very light traveler. So I need to be able to kind of repeat my outfits without actually looking like I'm wearing the same clothes. So that's why I did what I did, and I've got these gray jeans and these long boots because it's winter. And it's still not chunky, but it's still like warm winterish. Let me change my hair, and then I'm gonna hook you up, and then, you know, I don't know what this is gonna look like, but I'm excited.
I'm following you. I'm following her. Okay, don't laugh. Don't laugh. I used to actually rock a hairstyle like this when I was much younger, but my afro was about yay big.
But it really looks good on you.
Does it?
Yeah.
Night fever, night fever.
Oh, okay. I'm now like a snow queen. Okay,
yes,
with
there
the
we go.
white hair. Can you see how it just changed the entire outfit just by changing my hair?
Absolutely. I've got the perfect activity for winter. You got me into a wig.
Yeah.
I hope you don't mind the cold.
Ice skating is a favorite pastime, but between competing on 3 TV talent shows and her cabaret, there's not much time for this.
Everybody sees the end result. Nobody really sees the process that you've gone through. You've worked really hard to get to where you're at.
Everybody's saying, oh, it's been such an overnight success, and I'm just thinking, you know, people only see the final product. They don't see the grueling process of you going to auditions, your doors being shut down, and everything like that. So now I can look back and say it's been an absolutely amazing journey because I feel like it's prepared me for what I'm doing right now.
Who's some of the people that helped you along this journey?
It's my family, you know. I feel like they never gave up on me, even though there were days I felt like, you know, I'm not so sure, you know, because if I'm as talented as they say that I am, then why aren't I making it?
Multi-talented, singer, dancer, and you're known as the lady with the sultry moves.
Yeah.
I'd like to see what you got. Show it.
Okay, just hold on. Don't put me under pressure.
Get set.
Let's go!
Cici says that Brenda Fassie also got her to walk, as her first steps were to Brenda's song, Mitoto.
Now, I know that you got the moves.
Yeah.
You've got the voice too, but you got to give us a little bit of a demo.
Why must I prove myself?
You don't have to prove yourself, you just need to treat me. Treat me.
Fine.
Okay.
Ooh, baby, run away with me. And he doesn't have no beats, cause you're going faster than I'm singing.
She grew up the child of a minister in Ladysmith who called her his radio. It was her mother Tandi's singing voice that her father Thomas Twala fell in love with. Having inherited that gift, Cici has the nation falling for a talent which friends always knew was special.
So guys, what's it like having such a talented friend?
The person that I met was a shy, quiet individual, just wanted to be part of the entertainment industry, but didn't want to get caught up in the hype. And I thought she was absolutely extraordinary. She was looking at me like, really, me? Really, me? I'm that girl? I'm like, yeah, you that girl.
Cici, I certainly agree with what your friends have to say. Off stage, you're one person, and then on stage, you're a different persona. What is it that you want your fans to take away?
It's quite different because my persona on stage is very out there and, you know, crazy. But I'm still crazy in like to be honest. This is why I have the company that I have. I feel that as women, we put so much pressure on how we look and, you know, so I feel that women need to own who they are. Whether you are big or skinny, it doesn't really matter. Own who you are and own your crown. So for me, it's just saying, girl power, let's do this.
This month, Cici performs in Manchester, England. She's busy filming 2 music videos, and a countrywide tour of her album Runaway is set to follow. Check out her Facebook and Instagram for dates.
There's a line from another fine R&B song that goes, "Something inside so strong." Now that lady sure has it.
Coming up at London Fashion Week, US designer and artist Jeff Garner takes seaweed clothing mainstream.
Now to London Fashion Week, where we took in a stunning show by designer Prophetique, but where we also met South African sisters Natalie and Kim Ellis. They are lifestyle and fashion designers at the heart of a brilliant new design wave called slow fashion.
High street fashion often relies on mass production, where outfits go from design to the shop floor in weeks. That can sometimes be at the cost of the environment and welfare of workers. So, slow fashion labels offer an ethical and more sustainable way to create beautiful clothes.
Ladies, what are 2 lovely South African fashionistas all the way from Cape Town doing at London Fashion Week?
Well, we are so excited to be here. My sister and I own our own organic and ethical fashion label back in Cape Town, South Africa called The Joinery. So we have come here to check out all the eco-conscious and sustainable fashion shows.
And in particular, coming to Jeff Garner is really interesting for us because he does use reclaimed leathers and interesting techniques and technologies in his leather products. So yes, for us going back to launch our handbag range both in South Africa and here in London, we'll be going home with a lot of inspiration.
Hair and makeup by Daniela De Angelis for Jeff Garner's Prophetic label was romantic but real, nothing out of reach.
Daniela, what was your brief for the Prophetic show?
It was all about romance and beauty. We create 2 different looks, one with a braid and one with a bun. The braid is a little bit more delicate. We try to create the braid around the crown, okay? But again, with the braid, try to make it slightly disheveled, a bit more romance in a way. And the bun, again, put it through the back and as well slightly offset. And again, with the texture, slightly dusty. Nothing too perfect for it.
The sustainable eco label is leading an evolution in fashion and accessories. Designer Jeff Garner's clients include Sheryl Crow, Taylor Swift, and Kings of Leon, while he also creates covers from reclaimed leather for an iconic cell phone brand. He is the picture of a maverick.
What led you to eco-conscious fashion in the first place?
It was a natural progression. So I grew up in the country, southern boy, farm, and then when I started clothing production, I realized how dirty it was and I said, there's no way I can do this. So I had to either figure it out or just stop doing what I love. And so therefore I figured it out, and here we are today.
Specifically, which materials do you use and why?
Well, I've been doing it 13 years, so obviously I use a lot of hemp silks, flax, organic cottons, wools, that kind of thing. And we developed some seaweed fabric and whatnot, but it's all like what behaves well with what you're building. So, for example, wool shapes really well with jackets and overcoats, etc. The hemp, I infuse that with a lot of pants because it acts just like cotton, right? And then instead of, like you saw the intimates, and that's a new thing for me. I'm not an intimates designer, but I thought, you know what, it's the closest thing on our bodies, so it's the most, I think we need to change out our intimates. Men in the hemp boxers, and women, nylon took the place of silk. It's back during the war, so I used silk for my intimates.
The combination of eco-friendly fabrics and adventurous design appealed to the members of British girl band Stussy.
So ladies, what did you think of the show?
Amazing, we love it. We love the old English inspiration. It was really cool. We love some of the shirts and the shoulder details. Yeah, we love it. The dresses were beautiful as well. I love all of it.
Yeah, do you know what? I like the fact that it had flat boots and flat shoes, as well as obviously the heels, but with the dresses and the skirts. I like that. Switch it up a little bit.
Yeah. Kim, Natalie, what did you ladies think of Prophetic's latest offering?
We thought it was absolutely inspiring. Jeff Garner's use of natural colorings and natural plant-based dyes was incredible, so progressive, and something we will be taking back to South Africa and working on to find more organic, beautiful fabrics, such as the hemp silks that he used were incredible, as well as trying to find more plant-based dyes. It was truly inspirational.
Jeff's stylish way of communicating his green message has seen him named in the 40 top artists in the US, and his work has been placed in America's renowned Smithsonian Gallery. Even better, you can wear his art.
Looking at the show, we can see that this collection belongs to you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't stray far. You know, I ride horses every day. So, yeah, I rode a horse today to my show. So it's like, I really did. And so I always wear riding boots just in case I can jump on something. That's just me.
How can consumers contribute to an eco-conscious fashion industry as a whole?
It's just consciousness, awareness. So, you know, what you put on, obviously, just wear more natural fibers, etc. I mean, it'll start to change more and more, but it's like the organic food movement. It's going to take time, and it's more costly, right? So, yeah.
Well, thank you, Jeff. Thank you so, so much. You look phenomenal. How about a ride home on your horse? I don't have a ride home.
Oh, you don't?
No.
I'll pull you up anytime.
There you go. I'm going horse riding out of London Fashion Week. Yeehaw.
Get up.
Part of the campaign for fashion with a smaller carbon footprint is for it to be locally produced. Natalie and Kim's line is made in their hometown and reduces its impact by using fibers grown without toxic pesticides or artificial fertilizers.
Kim and Natalie, when I think environmentally conscious, I do not think about stylish clothing, but you've managed to change my mind. This looks fabulous.
Thank you so much, Jade. We're so excited here at the Joinery. Every day we put our heart and soul into making sure we use organic fabrics and everything is ethically produced, and also showing the consumer that it can be stylish at the same time.
Yes, I think there's a real stigma against eco-friendly or organic fashion. People tend to think it has to be tie-dye or tree hugger kind of aesthetic, but we really work very hard to make sure that it is edgy and it does follow the latest trends.
The sisters' form of environmental activism goes beyond creating t-shirts with slogans. They design show-stopping collections which start conversations.
Kim, one could imagine that sustainable material would be quite rough, but this feels so soft and luxurious. What materials do you use?
Where we can, we try to use as much organic fabric as possible. We focus very heavily on the use of hemp, mainly because of its durability and also its amazing UV properties. It keeps you warm in the winter and cool in the summer. We also use organic cottons and silks as well, and at the moment experimenting with recycled plastics, which is extremely interesting at keeping plastic bottles out of landfill. So yes, so organic and recyclable wherever we can.
There's also an upliftment aspect to your work. Your handbags are locally made.
Yes, our handbags are produced locally in Cape Town. Our new range is called the Artisanal Collection, and rightly so. Just as our garments, which are produced by women's sewing cooperatives here in the Cape Flats, our handbags are made in Khayelitsha by a group of leather artisans that we work really closely with, and they actually upskill differently abled people in the community. So they teach them leather work so that they can go out and get employment and create their own leather pieces.
Well, I love it. Eco-conscious fashion looks good, feels good, and is great for the environment. Going green for fashion is definitely the way forward.
They say if we all wore hemp fashion, it would take 1/3 less of the planet's resources to clothe everyone on Earth. It's hard to argue with that.
What better reason is there to have faith in our future than the incredible young South Africans we've met this Youth Day? Don't forget, if you've spotted our top hat, you stand a chance to win by joining in the conversation online. And that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful weekend, and until next week, it's good night and God bless.
Congratulations to our 2 1,000 Rand gift card winners on social media. Ignatius Makoela from Kroonstad and Immaculate Mtombeni from Pretoria. For your chance to win a design kit in a box this week, tell us where you spotted tonight's top hat. Check out our Facebook and Twitter pages or log on to topbilling.com for the competition details.